Hey guys, it's Captain Harris back for another little chat today. The past couple weeks, there's been a few things that I've seen come up about Bruce Dickinson and his solo album.
A few whispers have been spreading around,
Yeah.
and
So there was something a couple weeks ago that I contemplated doing a video on, but it wasn't really enough. But now that Bruce is doing his spoken word tour again through Europe, he's done 2 dates. He's done Oslo and Bergen in Norway, and there's been some more talkings of his album coming up. So I thought we'd do a little chat on that today because I absolutely love Bruce Dickinson's solo work. I don't know about you guys or what your favorite album would be. Comment below, but
yeah. So now that we're 6 years into his spoken word tour, maybe it's time for something different.
Yeah.
If you've been to his spoken word events, then you know that you get to write on a little postcard thing, and then he figures out what questions he wants to answer in the second part of the show. And other than lots of questions about Alexander the Great, he was asked about his solo record.
Yeah, so first things first is back on January 2nd, I will put the little screenshots up here, Roy Z posted on his public Facebook a link to The Alchemist from the Chemical Wedding on YouTube, and he said, "It's about to get better," with a little fingers emoji. And then in the comments says, "Cheers to you all, happy 2023. In my heart, I know the new record will satisfy us all." So, I mean...
That's pretty on the nose.
There's this new record, sounds like it's made. So, a pretty trustworthy source on the forum was posted in the Bruce Dickinson spoken word tour thread. He said, apparently a solo tour is already mapped out and his new album will be mixed in March and April. So that's, like, pretty damn exciting. That's not just Bruce Dickinson talking about doing an album. That's like, it's done, it's about to get mixed.
Right.
Like, it's coming.
And, you know, the talk of another Bruce album has been going on since Book of Souls.
So long. Well, yeah, because If Eternity Should Fail was like,
Plucked from
that
Bruce.
was supposed to be on my solo album. It's like, what solo album? Like, give it to us, damn it.
We're all waiting for Bruce stuff since 2005.
Yeah.
And so this will be his 7th solo album, and he hasn't played live as Bruce Dickinson since 2002. He just did 6 dates as it was called the Air Raid European Tour, and it was just 6 dates ending at Wacken.
Yeah. And what I expected an album to come eventually, but what I didn't expect is a solo tour. And in that last quote, it says, apparently a solo tour is already mapped out. And there's some video from a YouTube user called Vampiria Kitty, which I will put down in the description because I did not ask for permission to use these in a video or anything, but they're only about like a couple minutes long, and the sections I'm talking about are just like 30 seconds. But there is one of her videos where he talks about like, how would you celebrate the silver anniversary of the Chemical Wedding? He'd be like, I'd have to do a tour, but then I'd need a new album and I'd have to tour that. So it's just like, I didn't expect there to be another Bruce Dickinson solo tour, and if there is, I will be just so excited.
Yeah, I mean, an album is good enough.
Yeah.
But to have the prospect of a tour on the table, that's something to look forward to.
I wasn't even like 10 years old the last time he did a tour, so it's like, no, there was never any chance for me to see Bruce Dickinson solo.
No, and he didn't really tour extensively as himself. He stopped that when he joined Maiden in '99, so it's something a lot of people want. And I mean, as far as things that are connected to Maiden but not specifically Maiden, Bruce has that catalog where this has repeatability. Like, you can spin those records over and over.
I'm just so excited for what else could be on that album, because If Eternity Should Fail is one of my favorites off the Book of Souls, and it sounded like a while ago, I believe it's supposed to be a concept album with Dr. Necropolis being like one of the characters he was working with and stuff. So like, yeah, I'm just really excited to see, like, if that was the opening of the album, what is on the rest of the album.
Yeah, I mean, if it's half as good as Chemical Wedding and Accident of Birth, then we're in for a real treat. So I know we like to speculate, but when do you think this tour could happen?
Depends when the album comes out.
Okay, then when could the album come out?
I'm thinking maybe like after the Maiden tour.
After
maybe
the 2-year tour, or
this year, like fall of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then do you think he would tour before?
him
2024
touring,
with Maiden?
him touring is going to be completely dependent on if, like, they do Australia, New Zealand, Japan. That can tend to be earlier in the year. Like, it was supposed to be May of 2020. And it's been earlier in the year before. So just depending on when they do that, it could have to be after. Mm-hmm. It could have to be after the 2024 tour. I don't care. That's totally worth waiting for. And we'd have the music in the future past in the meantime.
Yeah, so now we're all spoiled. We're all spoiled with basically multiple bands that are connected to Maiden that tour between Maiden's tours. Yeah. So now you can see British Lion, Bruce Dickinson, Smith and Kotzen, and Titanium Tart.
Sometimes Titanium Tart. I don't know if they'll do that again, but that was still fun.
Speaking of Smith and Kotzen, and I know this is a long shot, but do you think there's any chance that Adrian Smith has a hand in this new Bruce album?
Probably not.
Nothing at all?
I doubt it. I feel like we would have heard about it.
I mean, all you need is Roy Z and Bruce
exactly.
for this.
Exactly.
But Adrian is, you know...
I mean, that was the last one, Tyranny. You know, Adrian wasn't involved with that, but...
But they could tour with Smith and Kotzen as the opener, and then Adrian could come out and just play, like, Accident of Birth, and, anything from that album.
Yeah, but... Yeah, it's an exciting prospect. I mean, it's been, like, people have been, like, moaning about myself included, wanting a Bruce album for years. And, you know, there's just been talks of it for, like, God, about 8 years now. If it was
since 2016. Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah,
so it's
long
been
time.
A long time of just, like, kind of talking about it. And, I might be working on my album. And now it's
it's done.
Oh, my God, we might be getting it soon. So what do you think? You asked me when I think it could come out and when they would tour. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if that talk of it being mixed in, was it March and April, then... Mm-hmm. You know, that could take a month or two, and then it could definitely be out in the fall.
Yeah, because I feel like they'd wait for, you know, after the Maiden tour. It's
like
they could announce it, like, during the tour, but I feel like for the release, they'd wait.
Yeah.
So he could be involved and do, like, release parties and stuff like that.
The thing is, I feel like he's going to be raring to go to get it out, because it's, I'm sure for him, this is like, wow, I haven't done an album with my name on it in, 18 years at this point. So... I think he's going to want to get it out and tour it immediately, and I think that'll be like the end of his spoken word thing.
Yeah.
Because that's been going on for like 6 years now, and
it can replace it.
Exactly. Like, I know he wants to do stuff outside of Maiden, and it's like, what's better than Bruce Dickinson solo project? So bring it back. I mean, it's obviously going to be the biggest thing connected to Maiden. Like, it's going to be bigger than British Lion. It's going to be bigger than Smith and Kotzen.
Absolutely.
It's going to be...
like, his solo work is, like, you know...
Yeah, there's several albums
of it.
So
high quality.
I mean, he'll have 7 albums when this comes out.
Yeah.
So, that's way more than the others have. And, they're going to have to find some bigger venues. Like, it's not going to be a club thing.
No. Yeah.
I think it'll be minimal, like, at least 3,000 people.
And he'll sell them. Absolutely, he'll sell them.
I mean,
like, if British Lion can sell the places they've sold here, then Bruce can absolutely sell bigger places.
Yeah, absolutely. And then maybe they can just tour all year long together, and we just get Titanium Tart, Smith and Kotzen, British Lion.
We never
Bruce
get
Dickinson.
A chance to save our money. It's
right. Just suck it out.
Constantly, just the Maiden vacuum is in our wallet.
And we would love it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's nothing I'd rather be spending my money on.
But that is the only, like, Maiden side thing that I would go and see multiple shows of.
Yeah, I'd like to go see Smith and Kotzen. I would have liked to when he came, like, the East Coast. But it was like a month. It was just like a month, very short notice, and I had just like paid for my flights to go to Croatia and England for last year's tour.
It wasn't a financially good decision.
And I'm just like, come on, man, you couldn't have given us like a few more months' notice, like to plan a trip over there, just in and out, see Adrian and leave. Nope, I couldn't do it. So I'm hoping that he does some more shows.
I think they'll do more shows.
But
they need to do an East Coast run.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing Bruce live playing Dark Side of Aquarius, playing the Tower.
I want like Chemical Wedding stuff. Like, I'd love to hear The Alchemist. I'd love to hear the Book of Thel.
I want to hear Freak. I want to hear Star Children.
If Eternity Should Fail, whatever his version sounds like.
And he always played a couple of his Maiden songs.
Yeah.
In the 90s with that band, so I wonder if he will pull out like Revelations or Power Slave or any of those.
Oh. That's about all for that, but there was one little treat at the end I thought we'd throw in here too. It's not Bruce Dickinson solo related, but that same YouTuber, I will put another link down in the description, posted a little clip from the Bergen show where Bruce had his little question cards, and like he kept throwing them aside. When will you play Alexander the Great? At what position in the set is Alexander the Great? He was like trying to like.
It was like a dozen in a row of him just throwing cards that were the same question.
He was like acting like, oh, Alexander the Great is a football player. Yeah, I'd have him in this position.
He was like, yeah, kind of midfield.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, they don't just give him every single card because there's a lot of people in that venue. So that was deliberate, and he wasn't very clear on it. I've seen people say at the Oslo show that he straight up said, yeah, we're playing Alexander the Great, but I haven't seen anything that convinces me that actually happened. And after seeing this video and seeing how like kind of playful he was with it, I'm guessing that it was probably just like kind of like a nudge to it.
There's no way he's allowed to give away
that's what I was
big
thinking.
set list things like that.
That's what I was thinking too. And like a lot of places have said like, oh yeah, he just straight up said it. But I'm like, I haven't seen footage of this yet, nor have I really heard.
I would have to see.
Nor have I really heard like confirmation from anybody that went myself. That was
but
like,
to
yeah,
me,
he said it.
Well, to us, knowing kind of how Bruce likes to poke at things.
Oh, that was such a tease.
The fact that he still entertained the joke of dancing around the Alexander question over and over and over.
He put all of those in a row, and he's like, I'm going to make something funny out of this,
The fact that happens, to me, has all fingers pointing to yes, they're playing it.
Yeah, it has fingers pointing to, you know, my theory of, like, it could be an Infinite Dream situation, but, like, you know, I feel like he can't come out and say it. One, because, like, the band would kill him for it.
Steve will kill him.
And two, because they probably have not even attempted rehearsing this song yet. So, like, if it went sour in rehearsals and he just went around like, yeah, we're going to be playing Alexander the Great, and then they, like, didn't because it just didn't go well, like, everybody would be really upset. So there's several reasons that he wouldn't be able to, I feel, come out and just say, like, yes, we are playing Alexander.
But you can just see it on his face.
Yeah, but
like he knows the plan is to play it.
But I mean, we've got lots more of these book tour dates coming up, and I will be keeping up with it on the forum as the people go and post what they've heard. So yeah, I guess that's about all we've got today. I just wanted to talk about that because I saw that Roy Z comment a while ago. I'm just like, and then I hear this, and I'm like, oh, March, April. I like that.
Time for some more drop tuning, Bruce Dickinson. Love it.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let us know down below if you are excited for a Bruce Dickinson solo album and what your favorite Bruce solo work is, whether it be a song or an album, whatever, because I absolutely love Bruce's solo work as well. My favorite is Chemical Wedding.
It is your favorite.
Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.